Not every equipment can be turned on and off like a switch in your house. Some equipment requires special kind of control to turn them on and off. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a simple contactor control, which is essential for controlling motors in industries or three-phase control in industry. This is a simple start and stop control unit for a contactor. We have stop switch here, which is normally closed. We have start switch here, which is normally open. So the way to do this connection is to connect the stop and start and stop in series. You can see they are connected in series, and this is where you connect your live. They are connected in series. Then the other end of the start button, you connect it to A2 or any of the terminal of your coil. This is the contactor coil. The other terminal of the contactor coil is neutral. The next most important step is to connect a retaining contact. So one contact of the contactor or main contact of the contactor is used as a retaining contact. So a retaining contact is the contact even when you press and release the start button, it will still ensure that the contactor is energized. So the way to do it is to take this contact. We are using this contact as our retaining contact. So all you need to do is to connect one terminal to the start, that's the other terminal to the other end of the start. So in essence is that a retaining contact is connected across the start button, and the essence of retaining contact is that when you press the start button and you release it, because it's normally open, it will go back to open position. It is the retaining contact that ensures that the coil is fit with the live. So what with the retaining contact, once this one is released, the flow of voltage now move from this, it moves through this point to this point to this point to this point and back to the coil. So that's how it is. Initially, when this thing is pressed, before the contactor closes, once the start button is pressed, it will the voltage will go straight to energize the coil. Once the start button is releases, the flow of voltage or signal move from not through the start button but rather through the retaining contact. It flows from here to this point, again this point, and back to this. So in essence, what the retaining contact does is to now shunt or breach the start button. Let me show you how to construct a unit that can start and stop a contactor. So this is our start and stop button, and in start and stop button we have normally open, which is NO, and normally close. Normally close is usually your stop button. When you press it, you break the circuit. Normally open is your start button because you are sending a signal to the contactor, or when you press it, you send a voltage to the contactor. Now the first thing to do is let's connect our live. So let's take this as our live. So you feed the live through normally close. So this is the live. So let's use this. So this live, we connected our live to normally close. Then the next step is to connect the normally close, that's terminal 1, and loop it to terminal 4. Make sure that all contacts are firmly secured. So they are formed. So live terminal 1 loop it to terminal 4. In order to connect, so our retaining contact from the contactor will be connected across normally open. So all we need to do is to now use 2 wires here. We are going to use 2 wires here. So we are going to use 2 wires here. Here we are going to add another wire on terminal 4, which is normally open. So let's add another so our normally open will now go to retaining contact. So in contactors with auxiliary, you connect it to normally open switch, but since this one is 4-pole, we are going to use this as our retaining contact. So all you need to do is to take these 2 and connect them here. Okay, so just make sure that it's properly connected. There is no partial contact. So the next is to now connect this second wire to this. We connected this to A2, so this second wire will connect it to A1. That's the terminal of the coil. So the terminal of the coil are labeled A1 and A2. So this one is A1. Make sure that the connection is properly. So then last but not the least, we are going to connect our neutral. So this is our neutral. So our neutral goes to so we have A2 here. You either use this A2 or you connect the A2 here. So they have it's the same, and it's the same contact or the same terminal. So let me use this one, A2, and connect the neutral. So the neutral goes straight to the coil. So let me briefly explain the connection. The unit is fully connected. Let me go over the explanation too. This is our supply. The first thing is to take the supply through this normally closed switch, which is our stop button, and the stop button is looped back to pin 4, which is normally open. Between the normally open, that's pin 3 and 4, we connected these wires as our, and connect them to what is known as our retaining contact. The reason why you need a retaining contact is that the normally open, the stop button is normally open. When you press it, you release it, so it breaks the circuit. And so in this situation, the contactor is already closed. So this normally the contactor is closed, so the retaining contact actually serves to bridge the normally open, so that even when you release your hand, because the contactor contacts are closed, it will now still the contactor will still be energized. So let's see what's going to happen. after we energize. So we are dealing with AC. Make sure that all necessary precautions are taken to ensure that to prevent electrocution or any accident that might be as a result of AC or lack of improper precaution. So this is how you start and stop a contactor. Don't forget to like and subscribe.